Welcome to a very special edition of the CK Podcast. Today's special guest, NBA prospect Rayshaun Hammonds from the Georgia Bulldogs. Rayshaun, how are you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Trying to stay clean.
There you go. So talk to me about the process of being a Georgia Bulldog. What was that like? And then how different has it been trying to really transition into this new era of life, really, right? It's not just about basketball, but really about taking care of your own and, trying to survive.
Man, first just being a Georgia Bulldog, man, it's very fun, man. You get the college experience, staying in like a small town, you want to say, but really a college town, they love their sports. They be at every game, from football, basketball, track, anything they support, they love their sports around there. They treat it like it's a professional sports, really. When they see you, they say, "Hey, they the nicest fans ever." Man, they try to take care of you in different ways. And make sure you're doing good. That's the main thing in Athens, man. They try to make sure you're doing good and living good. And with a new lifestyle, man, it's kind of hard, because the gyms ain't open like that. When you go in the stores, everybody masked up. You see people with air fresh bottles and spraying stuff, so it's kind of weird seeing that. And then like some things are gone that you really need, so you have to like get stuff that you really need. You just can't go in the store and buy stuff. Cause like my mom went to Target. She wanted a new TV. She went in there and like all the TVs sold out, and she was just like, why is everybody buying new TVs and things like that? So it's just weird. You seeing a lot of things sold out that you normally don't see sold out.
I agree 100%. It's been insane here in California. The laws are a little bit more strict here, to the point where they actually tied down the basketball court. So people were playing still outside the parks, and now it's like done. And it's so crazy, man, because I love basketball, and I'm sure you do too. And it kind of depresses me in the sense where I'm like, man, I can't even go out and stuff like that. So it's hard. So we have to find creative ways to just work on your handling, right, and just do other things. So what type of things have you done to just try to stay in shape and just really improve whatever weakness you think you have?
Man, I just, first when they put the ban on, I just went outside and ran. I went to the trails and I just ran through the trail. Ran like 2 or 3 miles a day through the trails. Then when they start opening up the gym, they kind of like not open up the gym first, but they like certain people that had the keys to their own gym. They'll call like certain players like, y'all want to come get some shots up? Don't tell nobody, just come in and get some shots up and things like that. So I got a couple of those calls, so I was fortunate to get those calls. Once I got them, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. Yeah. So I wasn't gonna deny. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. So when they told me to call, I just came and got some shots up. And I also had like some people I know coming there, work me out, and do ball handling drills. Just keep my endurance and things like that going. Just so I won't be lazy when I get back to normally working out.
Right, and in this interview, I really want to key on a couple of plays that I sent you. So let's pull up the first one, which I titled it "Rayshaun Offense Good," and on this first play, we see you in transition, and you just spin, and you're in complete control. Should we expect more of that at the NBA level?
Yes. Just playing my right position, playing a 3 and a 4, and I be able to run and get out. That's something I love to do, man. I love to show my athleticism.
Okay, so on this second play, I really like the fact that you move well without the ball, and it just seems like when I watch you on film that you find the spaces to either get up your shot, which you shot roughly about 35% from 3, which that's key in today's NBA game. What did you see on this second play, and why did you decide to essentially just back cut him?
Man, because we went into it was like a little set play, like a double stack, the point guard coming off. And I had kind of like, I was looking for an open spot, and I saw how the guard was guarding me. So he kind of like pushed me up, and I at the same time looking like I got a back door. And we worked on that a lot in practice. And I felt comfortable with my point guard to throw it. So I just back cut him, and he just throwed it up. So it was like a thing. It was like a IQ thing. Like both of us saw it at the same time. He just throwed it, and he had trust in me.
That's what it's all about, the next level. Being able to read those plays. Whenever your set breaks, you just have to improvise, right? And you just have to use that feel for the game. And it seems like you're on the right track there. On this next 3 plays, essentially, it just comes back to you finding the right spots when you're set. You're very good at set 3-point shots. Have you thought about extending your range a little bit more since the line is a little bit further at the NBA level?
Yeah. Actually, man, starting my junior year, Coach Cream made me shoot a lot of NBA threes, a lot of like
Okay.
set threes and like pull up, like combo move pull up threes, and it's kind of like it's easy for me now. Like I'm like when I work out now, everything it don't seem so hard. You know, when you first start shooting NBA threes, you like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, this line far back,
Yeah.
and it just became, and like I just kept working on it, so it just became like easy. Like now I'm shooting it very deep, and it just seems so easy. Like off the move, kind of like, you don't work on crazy shots, but you work on certain like shots you think you'll feel like off balance and things like that. So I work on a lot of like off balance threes and things like that. So it's easy for me now. It ain't no pressure, nothing like hard for me, just very easy.
I would say I'm a pretty good shooter, but then when I started shooting longer threes, NBA threes, it was
Yeah,
a little bit of an adjustment, right? It's
yeah,
more of how you view the court. I think it's like 3 steps back more, right? And you kind of
yeah, yeah,
see it, so you kind of have to adjust to it.
yeah.
And again, to me, it's all repetitions, right?
Yeah, that's all it is.
So on these next few plays, I was really impressed by your agility, your handle. Uh,
Yeah,
I didn't see much of this past year, and obviously because you were out of position. But
yeah.
is that something that you're cognizant of working on? That way, coaches are able to trust you more with the ball.
Honestly, man, to be honest with you, man, I was a point guard when I was real young.
Really?
So I was really a point guard. You know, I always be able to handle the ball. For some reason, I always get good at handling the ball. It was something like kind of natural for me to do. Like
Right.
I work on my ball handling, but it's just I'm naturally good with handling the ball. Like I make great decisions. For some reason, I always been able to make great decisions, handle the ball, create for myself, and things like that, and get better with that. With this year, with this year, it was just something new. I want to, you had to learn a new spot. You know how you play out of position, so I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really I wasn't even mad about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
'cause I couldn't show my ball handling, but at the same time, I was trying to win. So I was like, if I got to play the five, I'll play the five. You know, if I ain't got to handle the ball, I won't. You know,
Right.
it wasn't no big deal for me. So I always be able to handle the ball. It was something that always naturally came to me. It was easy for me, and I just try to work on my ball handling and make it better.
It's very important, especially if you see yourself playing as a three at the NBA level. People that I've spoken to, they really see you as that stretch four, that modern day stretch four
Yeah.
that can shoot. You can take advantage of your speed against the slower guy, right? Have you thought about putting on more weight to get essentially stronger?
Like I'm at 235 now, man,
Okay.
and I'm very strong, man. In college,
Okay.
well, yeah, at school, like I might not look like I'm very like
Mm-hmm.
strong, but I can bench 235
There
easy.
you go.
I bench 300. You know, we did our max, and I bench
Okay.
300. I think. Yeah, I bench 300 like once or twice. So I always been strong. Like my strength coach, like you very strong. You know what I'm saying? And like he just, I guess I gained a lot of weight my freshman year,
Mm-hmm.
like too much, and I was playing
Mm-hmm.
a three. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yep.
didn't feel like myself, so I had to cut down that weight each year. You know what I'm saying? And right now I feel very good where I'm at. So I just work on just trying to keep that and maintain it. You know, just not add on like fat or stuff like that. Just
Right.
keep like adding on muscle and things like that.
So you're 6'9", 235?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. So let's move on to the first defensive play, and I had to dig deep for this one. Your freshman year, again, that Tennessee game, which
yeah,
came down to the wire, that final
yeah.
possession. Just before we get into the play, do you recall this game, and how much did this game hurt for you? Just looking back at this, knowing that you guys could essentially prolong their SEC title.
Yeah. Man, going to that game, man, we was like, I think we was 17 and something, and we were like, we could make the tournament. We believe we could make the tournament. And that game was just like that was like crazy because we playing at Tennessee and they hold so many people,
Yep.
and like my first my second or third like away game that was crazy, and like that thing was rocking. They know that it was a game to win the SEC regular season title, so it was just crazy being there. I'm just shocked, like wow, we can stop this from happening. You know what I'm saying? And that whole game we were just battling, man, because they was a great team and like they had a couple pros on their team, so they can play. But when my mindset coming in that game, I was just do my best. You know what I'm saying? Just come
Mm-hmm.
out here and play my game. Try to do what I can do to help the team win. And it was a hard fought game. You know, they got some calls that we think they should have never got, but that's how the game goes sometimes. So it was a fun game for me. It was a very learning experience for me.
Absolutely. This game is about 2.5 years old, and I was watching it, and I was biting my nails. Like, oh man, like is
Yeah,
Rayshaun gonna hit the shot, or like it was just a
yeah,
great
man.
game, man. What goes through your mind as a future professional and as a college athlete when you go 5 straight minutes without scoring?
Uh, I think like what goes to my mind is like, all right, if we ain't scoring in 5 minutes, it was just like let's just try to get something to eat. You know, let's just try to slow it down. Find an easy way to score. Don't let's not come down and shoot a crazy three or just go straight to the hole and try to think we're gonna get a foul. And it was just like in the huddle, it was just like, man, let's just try to get something easy. So if we could score, we get back on D, set on D, and you know what I'm saying, come back down and do the same thing. So that was our main focus. But you know, it didn't happen. But that's like the main focus every game I played in this year, my sophomore year, like it was a close game. We went stretches without scoring. It like let's just slow down. Let's find a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Let's get something easy before we, get going.
Right on, right on. So on this first play, you're obviously playing the three your freshman year. They
Yeah,
feed it into the post. Big man there kicks it out to you. You drive and you try to hit him back, but it's really
yeah.
congested, right? What could you have done differently here?
Well, actually, I think in my eye, I think I throwed it too hard and too high for Derek
Mm-hmm.
because he can catch those. And like what I saw when I was driving, they all collapsed on me. Cause Yante was like kind of beside me, so I
Yep.
couldn't give it to Yante, and I kind of couldn't. And Jawan was like behind Derek, so
Right.
it was like I couldn't throw it. I couldn't throw it to Jawan, and Turtle was like on the opposite side of me. He like on my side, so I couldn't like throw it back. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was collapsing, I actually saw Derek like wide open. Like if he would have caught it, he would have easily dunked it or laid it up. What
Right.
I did was I think I jumped, and when I jumped, I throwed it like kind of too high and too hard for him. And as you noted, it like he had it in his hand, like his fingertips,
Yep.
like he had it right there, and I just throwed it too hard, and I just throwed it too high. So that was my fault. But if I would have thrown it like right there on the spot, that would have easily been a dunk or a layup.
Okay. On this next play, I like your tenacity to try to get a bucket. Obviously, I think you got fouled, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, you get caught in no man's land, right? Against was that quickly?
No,
No, that was
that was
Maxi. That was Maxi.
yeah,
Tyrese, yeah,
yeah,
that was Tyrese, and you get caught. And look, at the NBA level, you're gonna be in these type of situations a lot, where you get switched on to a guard who was extremely explosive, who can shoot. Right here, you got switched on, and
hmm
he blew by you
yeah.
for the and one. What could you have done differently here?
I remember that play vividly because I easily could have stopped that. Like I planted my feet and I opened up. If I would never planted my feet and opened up, he would never got that bucket. So that was on me. Like I take that responsibility. Like I planted my feet. I wasn't on my toes. I was like flat footed, and I was like, oh, all right, he coming. I saw him coming down full speed. Like,
Yeah.
and when he got it, he coming down full speed. I'm like, I'm trying to like stay in front of him, like force him one way. And I had just planted my feet and I had opened up to the right, and he took advantage. Like he tapped my hips. And I'm thinking, let me reach behind him. Think I'm gonna get the steal. I did that. They called a foul, and he kept going. You know what I'm saying? And got
Mm-hmm.
the and one. So that was my fault. I told my teammates like, that's my bad. I should never did that. You know, I just planted my feet and I stood straight up. And he attacked my hips and he opened me up.
That's right. It's important to take accountability, and it seems
Yeah,
like you saw it in the moment, and I'm glad you're able to just read that and just admit to it. Because a lot of cats, this, they're like, nah, well, that wasn't really my fault. I got fouled on the
yeah,
other end, and they'll try to make
yeah,
up excuses for themselves. But
yeah,
obviously, at this level, NBA coaches expect you to hold yourself accountable and
yeah.
just to really be a good teammate, right? Are those some of the things that some of these GMs have asked you via these Zoom calls? Because right now, it's going to be hard to evaluate you and all these other prospects since you
Yeah.
can't really work out for them, right?
Yeah. And some of the interviews they just asked me like how I am as a player, how I got along with my teammates, uh, what did we do, like for practice and things like that. So it's something easy, but it's something I had to adjust to, and get better with during the season. Just being more a leader and just having my younger teammates out and like telling them how the game go and things like that. Like there's gonna be moments when it's not gonna be called no fouls in the SEC game. Like they're not gonna want to hear that. They don't care about your name or not. So I'll just tell them like, you just gotta go out there and play ball, And if they call a foul, they call a foul. They don't just get back on defense.
Absolutely. I'm glad you have your head in the right place, man. So let's talk about some positives on defense. On this play, again, going back to that Tennessee game, you fought through the screen and you
Yeah,
use that length that we all love. You essentially deflect the ball. And then
yeah,
in these situations, it's so easy to bail guys out, right? Because in
yeah,
a sense, you're kind of out of control or he's out of control. And sometimes
yeah,
the referees, especially at the NBA level, they always give the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. But you
yeah,
stayed low, you stayed honest, and you fought this guy who was super physical. Like this dude
yeah,
was the guy that made the game-winning bucket. And you stayed, you used your length, and you essentially almost blocked the shot. A great
yeah.
defense. What made you keep your composure under those type of moments?
That the dude I was guarding, I think that was Schofield.
Yeah, it was.
So the whole game I'm guarding him. He's already physical with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Freshman. So they playing at Tennessee, so that he gonna get away with a couple cheat calls, some things like that. So
Facts.
at that time, I knew the play they drew up was like going to Grant because I think it was me and Yante on that side. So I know he was gonna try to throw it to Grant, and how he had the ball in my face like I wasn't gonna swipe down. So I'm like, let me swipe. And when I tipped it, I was like, oh, he got soft hands. Like his wrist, cause that was Coach Crean taught us like the last 2 years, like some players got soft wrists, so they gonna let the ball go quick. So when I swiped down, I hit it. I was like, oh, I could have got it. Then he got it back. And when he drove, I bumped him. I like, they ain't call it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they ain't saying they ain't called out when he tried to bump me, I kind of like came off balance, but I still held my ground. Then I was like, okay, they letting us be physical. At the same time, while I'm playing, I'm already knowing I could play physical with him. So when he shot it, I just went up, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't call it. And as you noticed, like half of the team reacted like, what a foul at.
Yep.
That's the heat of moment of the game. They not calling none of that, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think we was up one. So I'm like, they not gonna call this foul. And if they do, they gonna look bad. So I'm like, let me play physical with him, like during that possession. So that's what I did.
I think it's important, as you said, to really recognize those moments and just again
Yeah,
use your high basketball IQ.
yeah,
And again, man, I think that's what GMs are gonna love about you. For example, I cover the Kings here in Sacramento. If you get a call from Lade and he says, "You know what, Rayshaun, if I draft you, what will you bring to this team?"
yeah. I will bring a lot, man. Versatility, first of all, being 6'9", I can shoot the ball very well. I get my teammates involved. I'm also good on defense. I get rebounds, getting better, trying to block shots, but I'm very good on defense. I can read things on the defensive side that a lot of, certain players can't do. And I see things ahead of time, because the games come to me kind of sort of easy. So my IQ is like very high. So I read a lot of things that that happened before or like that's coming on like down the stretch and things like that. So I can bring a lot to the team, man, and try to help win. That's all I like to do. I like to win, man. That's my main goal.
That's awesome. What do you know about this team?
They very young, man. They got a young team. They fun. They up tempo. They like to play fast. And they got a young point guard like De'Aaron Fox that's very fast. He's trying to get his teammates going. You got Maverick. I can't even say his name right there. Bagley.
Yep.
A young dude. I played against him at AAU actually. He
What
a
was
great
that like?
player. Actually at that time, man, we were both top prospects. But I played him in New York and Brooklyn, and we was going at it. You know what I'm saying? Me and him was going at it, and it was a great game, man. He's young, athletic. It's crazy how athletic he is at 6'11". Play above the rim, and it was a very fun game. And Harry Giles, so they're very young, man. They're a young team. It's fun playing with a young team.
Let's talk about the type of offense you guys ran and how that helped you shoot more threes. I think you shot 3.2 attempts this year. Would you say that was pretty much a nice spread out offense that helped you shoot more shots and just have open lanes for you and for the
Yeah,
presumptions number one pick in Anthony Edwards?
yeah. So with Coach Cream, man, he a tempo coach. Like it's running gun,
Right.
nonstop. It's just running gun. So and we get up a lot of shots in practice, like a lot of threes. Like it's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? So his main focus was like, what I'll do here is we gonna shoot threes, we're gonna get to the basket, and we're gonna create for each other. So and we was out of position, like he didn't care like what you played. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like it opened up lanes for a lot of players on our team when you got to guard at three. Certain players like they would deny Ant, they would kind of deny me. So it opened up certain like plays for certain other players, and it was fun, man, just playing that tempo because anybody get that ball off the glass and go. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we're gonna give it straight to the point guard unless we're finna run a set. But if he wanted us to run, if I get a rebound, push it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And made the easy play. So that was tight. And I love playing that type of offense, man. It was very fun. And it was something. It was cool to play that in college because that's what the fans want to see. You know, they want to see a tempo game. They want to see a lot of threes. They want to see dunks. You know, they want to see the defense get a stop and come down and hit a big three. So it was very fun playing that offense.
No doubt. And as you know, we saw a lot of highlights from Anthony Edwards with some dunks that he
Yeah.
had that were just insane, man. What
Y'all
was
ain't,
that
hey
like
man,
playing with him?
it was fun. It was fun, man. Just he a problem. He's a problem, man. Like me and him went at it so much in practice and just playing 1-on-1 after workouts and stuff, man. Like I told him straight up, I say, you the number one pick. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's just being honest. That's just telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being real with him. Like when you get going, that dog come out of you, you a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like now, me and him, like I see him a lot now. Like me and him check up on each other now. I probably work out before him before he come to the gym, so we see each other a lot now. You know, we just be kicking and talking like we could have did better this year, but things happen. But playing with him, man, it was fun, man. Just seeing how young he is and just coming out and playing his game and not worrying about the outside noise. It was very fun.
I have to ask about because you said that dog mentality, and a lot
Yeah,
of his critiques are that he doesn't utilize that enough. Because
yeah,
as you know, if he wants to get by you, he
he
will. I
can.
mean, he's that good. He's that explosive. Why do you think he didn't really use that dog mindset more consistently, like that game against Michigan where he just went off for like 33
Yeah.
points in the second half? Like, why couldn't we see more of that from him?
Cause he the type of dude, man. He trying to get his teammates involved. It's
Okay.
the crazy because he like passing the ball. He loved passing the ball, and he just felt like, let me get my teammates going before I get going. You know, sometimes I tell him like, nah, bro, you get going. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You start. You create this edge. You know, and that's just like reverse to me. Like if I play around and not try to score, he get mad at me like, bro, score the ball. You know, so we had that relationship like when we know each other playing around, we didn't trying to do nothing. We gonna tell each other. So sometimes the guy be like, bro, score the ball. Like if you ain't trying to, don't pass the ball. Just try to score. You know, that's just being real. You know, because he got that in him. He can get past anybody he want to get past. You know, sometimes in your head you try to get your teammates going for you get going because you don't want to feel like you ball hogging and things like that. So
Respect.
you know, I just told him sometimes, bro, you got to do what you got to do.
I have to ask you, and I'm sure some GMs will ask you too. What happened with your free throw percentage this year? Since you shot 80% your sophomore year, and then you
Yeah.
shot 65% your junior
Man,
season.
I was trying to figure that out the whole season. You know, I was like, why I can't hit them? Why I can't hit free throws like I was my freshman? I believe because I was rushing and I kept switching on my routine of shooting free throws. So some games I do a certain type of free throw, and this game I was like, that didn't work. So let me switch it up. So I think that was my main like that was a situation. I just kept switching on my free throws.
Okay, okay. You joined Family of Athletes. Why did you do that? Choose them over all the other agencies that probably went after you. What did you
Uh,
like about them and Billy Davis?
uh, man, I just love how they work, man. I just when we talk, you know, when me and Billy talk, I felt I had a lot of faith in him, and I believe, you know, because he's young, I know he gonna work hard, you know, cause me and him on the same page what we want to do. We trying to work hard, make a name, you know, make big names for each other. So you know, I just felt like when we're working with him, he'll bring the best out of me. You know, he would want to see me do good, you know, just like I would want to see him do good with everybody else. So you know, just working with him, I feel like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a very fun experience.
What have you watched on Netflix that you recommend to a lot of people that will potentially watch this or listen to this?
Man, actually, I don't watch Netflix. I watch
Uh-oh.
Hulu, man. I watch Hulu. I watch Hulu,
There you
man.
go. Hulu.
It is a show. I don't know, you know, it's a show. I don't know if kids can watch it, but adults like us can watch it, and it's called Snowfall. It's a
Okay.
great, it's a great show. It's actually on Fox, but it's coming out this year in September. But it's actually a great show, man. I
Snowflakes?
kind of no Snowfall.
Snowfalls. Okay.
Yeah,
Write that down.
Snowfall. Yeah,
Snowfalls.
you gotta check that out, man. It's a great movie. It's actually based in L.A. Like it's
What?
yeah, man. So I feel like yeah, that's the only thing I really watch. That's the only thing I watch.
Okay. I watched one series on Hulu, and that was Little Fires.
I heard of that.
Yeah, it's
I heard. I heard.
definitely highly recommended. It takes place in the early 1990s. It's with Reese Witherspoon. The last thing that I want to know is who
Yeah.
is Rayshaun Hammonds outside of basketball?
Uh, I'm a I'm a chill guy, laid back, funny, just it's in me. I like to go outside. I like to be outside. I like go, to the trail, walk, view the nature, things like that. If I ain't doing nothing else, if I want to get I look at conspiracy things on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
watch stuff like that. I try to learn new things, outside of basketball, on the earth. It's kind of funny. I just be everywhere on YouTube, man. It's like a rabbit hole. I click one thing, I fall into
Big
other stuff.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'll be doing, man. I go outside, run, walk through the trails, just be outside of view. Cause it'll be beautiful out here now. Since we've been quarantined, it's always been sunny for some reason. So I just go outside and chill.
Have you had a chance to watch the Michael Jordan documentary?
Oh, I watch that every Sunday, man. I'm locked in at 9 o'clock. Trust me, I'm
So,
always like that.
do you think he's the GOAT or do you think LeBron's the GOAT?
Man, that's a tough question, but in our era, man, we're gonna say LeBron. The old heads gonna say Jordan, but in our era, we're gonna say LeBron. But just watching them documentary, man, it just shows a lot about him. He had that dog in him. He always wanted to win in everything he did.
Last night, I caught up to episode 7 and 8, and one of the things
Yeah,
that stood out to me is that they asked him, "Are you a nice guy?" And he said, "Just depends on who you ask." Because he
yeah,
said, "Winning, there comes a price with winning,
yeah,
and there comes a price with being a leader." And he
yeah,
will push your buttons and push you to the limits. And
yeah,
if you want to describe that as an asshole, you can, he said. But I had to
yeah,
do what I had to do to get these guys to play at my level. That way we could
yeah.
accomplish things. Are those some of the things that you guys talked about before the season started?
Yeah, man. Our main focus, like, we got a young team. We know a lot of people. Some people gonna say we ain't gonna win that many games. Some people gonna say we gonna do real good. So our main thing was just let's go out here, play our game, and let the chips fall where they fall, man. Let's just try to win. So that was our main focus every game, man.
Well, where can people follow you, Rayshaun?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Rayshaun Hammonds and on Twitter at Sean_Coolin.
There it is, man. Thank you so much, Rayshaun. Good luck to you in this process. Let's catch up hopefully in a few months, maybe
Yeah,
before. We'll see what it's like in terms of will they allow you to do workouts or will they just
yeah.
continue to do these Zoom calls, man. Thank you so much for just being a good sport and just taking this call, man. Appreciate you.
So appreciate having me on here.